Welcome back to Arthur Jenkins, astronaut extraordinaire. We're going to start the first trial of Turnabout Serenade, and we don't know anything at all. Our defendant can't see, he can't speak. Well, he can't speak English, which is really the only important language in the world, so he might as well just not be able to speak. And yeah, we're not in a good position, but that's the best position to be in at the beginning. That's the most fun. We get to figure everything out, and stall for time mostly, and just get lucky. That's great. The Pixie of the Arpeggio. Of course. Right, his trial court is in session. The defense is ready, Your Honor. As long as Trucy is here, then we're good. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. My opening statement, yeah? No, actually. There was something else I wanted to ask you about. Yes? Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. Where are we going with this, Judge? What do you say to them? Did you include me in your will? I mean, you wouldn't say get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down. What? Where? Why? What? Is this relevant? Is this... What? Is this gonna... Maybe after the trial, they'll be part of the investigation. Will we see the judge outside of the courtroom? His son is afflicted with the most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. I can't believe this happened. We're in the middle of the court, and the judge is just like, wait, hold on a second. I have a personal question before we get to the trial thing. Oh my god, the music? We prioritized the music, and now we're prioritizing this? Like, nobody's giving any attention to the actual trial. Nobody cares. Is that their way of getting around the Case 3 curse? They're like, nobody ever likes Case 3, so let's just not even pay attention to it. Let's have it be overshadowed by other things. Then nobody will care? Like, I don't know. This is very odd. What are you looking at me like that for? In any case, I'm a bit busy today. Oh, you motherfucker. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening... Oh, Jesus! I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. First, to review the victim in this case. Romain Latouche, age 35. He looks 15 years older than that, but okay. The global manager for Diva, maybe not that old, but... the cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details. The court accepts this... thank you. I have a sore on my tongue because I bit it, and it hurts. This is a pain in the ass to record, but I'm doing it anyway. So I want to play the game. I thought you all should know that. What is it that he tried to write there? I still want to know. However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. How are we going to find out? The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. I suppose the victim's condition could have been much worse, considering... Well, he died, so no. I mean... His condition, sure, but, I mean, irrelevant. One shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. What if it didn't miss? What if they both shot the exact same spot? Probably not. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. And then afterwards they went in different directions, because they curved. I see, the court accepts this evidence. Thank you, Mr. Court. If we're talking about a .45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use. Really? Yeah, apparently weapons that size have a powerful kickback. Like Three Ninjas Kick Back, which was the second film. Or maybe the third. I don't know, actually. Because there was also Three Ninjas Knuckle Up, which was the other one. And I don't know which was second and which was third. Because there was like a weird thing where one of the actors from the first one like didn't come back for the second, but he was there in the third. It was like a weird mix-up, and it was... Why are we talking about Three Ninjas? What happened there? At least it's not Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain starring Hulk Hogan, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, this is why I have the best LP channel in the world. I don't pay attention to the game. I talk about Three Ninjas. Truly, the classic film series that defined a generation. It was impossible. I have been reading the text. I really have, I promise. It was impossible. See, I'm paying attention. The defendant! Little piece of shit. Wait, no. I'm not on. I'm on the other side. Never mind. He couldn't have done it. Very well, I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Let the witness please take the stand. Okay, you get up there, Machi. You tell him. Okay, Emma. See, I'm paying attention. Emma's up there. Your name and profession, please. Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail at the concert forum that night. Emma seems tired somehow. Security of the concert, you say? Some security I was couldn't even stop a murder. Now, don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. I've made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know. I'm sure that makes her feel much better. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. Oh, you know, sentencing innocent people to die. Just the small stuff. Ah! Because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered. And we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and your discovery of the crime, please. Alright. Well then. I was there with her. I should know all this already. Yep. People involved with the concert. Well, I wasn't involved with the concert. I was involved with the guy. Not like that, though. Just he was my friend / prosecutor rival. And the shots! I went into the room. Was it blaring rock music in the room? Hey, I found the body. I examined it. Whatever. We were together. We'll both take credit. Why is that? You left off the important part. The why is that part. That door was the only way out of the room, right? Because he would have had to fit through the little window. Nobody else could have fit through it. Didn't they say it only opened a crack? That seemed to imply that nobody could fit through it when you say a crack. I think like a butt crack. That's pretty small. Looks like we need a bit more information. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Like, I wouldn't call it, unless it's like in a mountain, and therefore the entire thing is big, it can have a big crack in it. But if you're talking about like a little window, if there's a crack, that's not a thing that a person can go through. What do I want to press? And wasn't he playing? Was he not playing at the time? I don't know about that. I mean, this is the important part where she says only he could have done it. I want to know about that. How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. It's like when I watched Three Ninjas. Anyway, we knew there was only one exit from the room, that door. The small window only opened a tiny crack. And I was standing in front of that door. So, how could the killer have fled the scene? Have you checked inside the TV? Like Poltergeist. A classic film like Three Ninjas. But that air vent was too small. Who could possibly? So, you're saying that he fit through there. I mean, I don't know exactly how big it is. Just the way you described it to me made me think it was too tiny. The only one who could fit through was a child. A child? Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed. And of all the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. I don't think he's considered a child. He is one, is he not? The pixie of the arpeggio flitted up toward the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime. Is it even, like... Is he even big enough to get up there? I don't know. I don't know exactly how high it is or how tall he is. You were there. You should know, Airforehead. And there is another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent grill. traces that it had recently been opened. Well then. Machi Tobai's fingerprints. Oh. Well, you see, the thing is, though, the explanation for that can be found in Poltergeist 2! You gotta watch that one. Your Honor, I demand a recess. And if so be it, we'll watch the third one. Not the remake, though. Doorway to Heaven. Okay. That one is our Pixie. Why are you looking at me? I don't know. Because, yeah, you were, but you're smarter, so I refer to you. Quite decisive indeed. I guess so. An examination of the crime scene was enough to nail down the killer. I mean, it is looking pretty bad. That seems like the only way, and he's the only one who could have fit, and his fingerprints are on it. But is it possible that the gunshots came from the other side? I don't know where it goes. Does it just go to the other room? Because could they have shot through it into that room, and the killer was never in that room to begin with? But then why would he say that there was a witness? How would he know? Huh. And I'm going to find out what it was. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you know what the reason was. I mean, from what she just described, it really seems pretty bad for him. Let me press... I'm just going a random order. Let me do this one. True. You were the one chatting. I was eating snackoos. Judge, out of all the things that you're gonna get mad about... Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. I mean, I guess they heard the shots in that room, which is why they went in that room. And of course the gun was found there, but I thought they might have thrown it through the room, through the thing afterwards, but probably not, but I don't know. This will keep you quiet. She just hit me with a snackoo. Oh, he's eating it? Dude. I find Emma's snacking to actually be incredibly annoying. It makes me like her less. So after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door. Well then, I pressed number 3 and 5. Let's go back to 1. The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. What was the detective doing on security detail, might I ask? If it was only a concert. My thoughts exactly, but orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say, the stench of conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys, that whole morning, no, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. There he goes again. Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into a murder victim's hand on their own. You never know. That's crazy, right? That makes you a prime suspect. Love. Slow acting and new. Excuse me? Oh, it is on. There is no way I'm not Googling that immediately. Etroquinine? Literally 0 people in the world have ever heard that word before. And don't you dare fucking tell me I'm wrong. Is it not even real? I assumed it was a real word. Okay, so fuck you, I'm right. Nobody had ever heard of it before because it's not even real. Haha! Victorious! Take that. It's a fictional synthetic substance. I'm gonna stop reading because I'll get spoiled. I just thought it was a word. But no, nobody does know that word because it's not real. Take that, game. Piece of shit. And the killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was, like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen. So I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the task. Now I'm just thinking about the song from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Brandy, because it's about the sailor, and now it's stuck in my head. Because after I saw that movie, that song was stuck in my head for days, and now I'm thinking about it again. We were let in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you. I gave the Fraulein special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? I really hope I wasn't supposed to find out what a Trokudo is. Like, you know, if it's like a major spoiler that I found out what it was. It's probably not that big of a deal. This is the only one I haven't pressed. Rock? Blaring, yes. When you say rock, are you referring perhaps to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days? That's right. When we went into the dressing room, music was blaring over the speaker on the wall. That's gonna be somehow relevant. We're gonna have to, like, somehow... I don't know how, but, like, the exact sound that we heard... Like, we're gonna remember that, like, one of the instruments wasn't... Like, we couldn't hear one of the instruments, and, like, whoever plays that instrument, that means they weren't on stage at the time, or something like that. Like how we had to listen for the cue in the thing before. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked in the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime. If you could hear that music playing, then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi. See, that's the I think that's where we're going with this, that we're going to determine that somebody wasn't on the stage. But if that is determined to be Machi, then that's no good. I believe that's enough of that. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. But there's a yellow magic man. He appears and he disappears. What's up with him? Has anybody questioned him? He can teleport. Simple and decisive. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict. No. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. Yeah, we were told about a witness, but we don't know how the hell she's a witness to anything, so that doesn't work because she won't talk. So shit! What are we gonna do here? How are we gonna not die? Trucy, help me! Trucy! I'm home! Anything? Anything at all? Apollo! They've got us on the ropes already! We'd better come up with something quick! Without that... Shit! Do your... Oh my god. If I mess this one up, it's all over. That's fantastic. That's just what I like to hear. Well, I can't say I don't have proof. Because then it'll end and we lose, because there's nothing else. Nobody's gonna come save me. I don't think I have anything. I think the best option is call a witness and call Lamirar and try to perceive some shit and figure out what she's hiding. Let's go with that. Absolutely, I'd swear it on my career as a prosecutor. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Now you have to quit. Atroquinine, my love. I hope I don't even know if it'll be relevant, because there's no poison in this case. He was shot. Because the Deadman told me, before he was a Deadman. Oh, that is cool. I'm the only one who knows, and now I have to share it. That's no fair. Now I'm not special anymore. Yeah, I was there. Yep, we heard that. We did the whole thing when we talked to Lamirar, and it's literally impossible for any human being who plays this game to forget that this happened. Please stop. Stop. Stop it! Thank you.
The victim said this before he died?
Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. Hey! Shut up! What do you mean by that? All we know is what Airforehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. But it's the truth! He said it! I even told you about it. It's my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. Clearly this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job.
That's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty.
Am I gonna have to choose who it is? That's a really easy question. Oh. Well, that's really easy, but we're gonna do it next time. On the next episode of Three Ninjas. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.